It's my great pleasure to introduce to you today in our series talking with esteemed cultural managers and leaders on the terrain internationally, Ms. Josyane Franc. Josyane Franc is a friend from many years ago. She was head of international affairs of Cité du Design and School of Art and Design, Saint-Etienne in France. She was also lead manager of the EU project 2014-18, Human Cities Challenging the City Scale, which we will talk about in a minute. And she also is the former focal point UNESCO Creative Cities leader of 2010-2019 for Saint-Etienne UNESCO City of Design. Since 2020, she is advisor for international design networks and ambassador of Cité du Design. She finally, in 2020, was recognized by the Minister of Culture and appointed Knight of the National Order of Merit, honoring her career and commitment to culture. With these words, I give the floor to Josyane to tell us how you feel today working internationally as an advisor from Europe. After so many years of international networking, what has changed in 2020 and 2021?
So good morning, Petya and Milena and Gary. I'm very happy to be with you today. And what have changed? First of all, changes my life. I retired, so it's a big change for in the life, I guess. And I started this with COVID-19 situation, which was very difficult for me because I was used to move all the time, to be connected, to be on projects, and suddenly inside, like many of us. So, but by the way, I continue to do some projects, and through Human Cities, as you said, it was a big opportunity to continue it at the international level with my colleagues and friends from Seoul and Nagoya, Seoul in Korea, South Korea, and Nagoya in Japan.
May I ask you, Josyane, many people see in design and in designers a sort of miracle. People trust that these are like magicians who will make the world beautiful and there will be a lot of wealth and prosperity for everyone. Is it the case that around the world design is transforming our lives for the better? Or do you see human city challenges? What is the challenge?
You are right. It's a big design is a big challenge itself, since I think no, designers are not magicians, but they are. They have I think, an important role to play as a translator of the needs of the citizens on one side, and for the companies, and for they are at this it's not a bridge, yes, but they have a special position because they have the ability to understand many projects and to translate it and to prototype new solutions for new solutions for complex situations, for example. But they are not the only magician of the world. It's very, very difficult to have it on the shoulder. I think they have an important role to play. For example, in the society, we accept that engineers, it's a society for engineers, in fact, engineers or marketing, all this big position for a company, in the company organization. Yes, they have their role. But since I started my career in the field of design, it's 30 years ago, I already understood that designers were not recognized at the good level. It's a profession which is still fighting to be recognized and to be accepted. Architects are architects, and also it depends of the country. For example, in Italy or in America, architecture studies include design. Design is included in. So it depends of a country. So in France, for example, it was completely different because yes, at a certain time, the School of Arts include architecture also, but after 68, it was separated again. And so since that time, and also because of the history of design itself, and in France, maybe more than in other country, design is more linked with art décoratif or styling, like this. So to understand now that design is interesting to change the way of life in some neighborhoods, or design services, social innovations, impacts, and so it takes a long time. And I can say that this last decade, yes, maybe it was the turning point last decade in the way of thinking that design is something else, that industrial design. And the benefits of COVID-19 maybe is also something that make more understandable design and social innovation, for example. I hope. It's my hope.
Could you tell us a little bit about the award of?
Yes, human cities. So first, maybe I can explain you human cities because you're maybe people didn't know. We started the human cities EU project started many years ago in different aspects. It started with a lady, Lise Poirier, in Belgium, and then we became Cité du Design became a partner of one program. But in 2014, we decided to be the leader, and I was the leader manager of this program with 12 partners in 11 countries, so 2 of them in Belgium. And what we want to achieve with this program is to demonstrate is that bottom-up initiatives are very important in the transformation of a city. And the city is a very important place. Important place in our life. And the city was mostly done for cars, for streets, or for urban planning without people. So now we think that not only now, but many years ago started to have this interest to understand how we can live and how we can fix the people in the city, in the medium-sized cities or big cities, because people are going out on the border, on the metropolitan area, to live mostly in the countryside, because it's better, and it's also take many problem of this cars, mobility, and because people work in the city but live outside the city, so many urban problem and investment for a city itself, So we did it at the European level. We wanted to share tools together, to have this demonstration of what we did, sometimes at small scales, and to understand that it's possible, but listening to citizens' needs, to highlight also what is happening in many places of in many neighborhoods of association of creative people, architects, designers, or artists, with retired people, with unemployed people, with citizens of who wants to change their small scale neighborhood. And so we did it during 4 years in the 12 cities in Europe, and sharing the results, and also to show, working with politicians also at the scale of our scales, to demonstrate that they have to listen more to this activities and citizens' needs when they plan to change something in their city. So this was a very interesting project for me and for the partners. Almost they were free to do. I tried to let them free in the way of they want to. It was not we are working on empty spaces in the city, or we are no. You work on what you want, But all these aspects of this research will be added, and we have also at our level to convince the politicians to listen what happens in this program. So during this time, we did many also conferences. We use also the Biennale, our Biennale International Design Saint-Etienne, as a key event, and all the partners use their design week or their design festival also to highlight what we were doing. And in 2015, when we started we launched in March 2015, when we launched this program officially during the Biennale. It was this year, South Korea was our guest country in Seoul. And Kyun Ren-che, the curator, she was at the moment the head of a School of Design in Kookmin University. The main title for the Biennale was Beauty, and it's why we choose also South Korea, Seoul, because they have this, traditional link with crafts and design, and also. Yes, she did a very beautiful exhibition showing all this, transfer of to all this process. And so she participated in the Human Cities. She was there when we launched Human Cities. And she was very interested. She was following all our work. She came again in 2017, and so we also did, because it was the year of Korea in France. This from the French Institute. Each year they have a guest country, or they have some activities, and it was the year of Korea in France and France in Korea. So we also in parallel launched a workshop of young designers. Many activities. Me. And her, she is also an active woman. So we did many things. So we learned from each other. And Seoul was also designated, like Saint-Etienne, UNESCO Creative Cities in 2010. And what is interesting is that the positioning of Seoul is also linked to human, to the citizens. It's a big city. It's 12 millions of 30 millions of inhabitants. It's not Saint-Etienne only, 200,000 inhabitants, or the metropolitan area around 500,000 inhabitants. But anyway, it doesn't matter. What was very interesting in the UNESCO Creative Cities Network is that it doesn't matter the size of a city. This is very important, is the way of you are running the projects to do a better city through design and everything. So I think that when she decided in 2018 to invite me and to organize to curate an exhibition with me and with Eriko Ezaka, who is from Nagoya, and Nagoya is UNESCO's creative city. So she was the lady who introduced me, Kyunranche, when we were preparing the 2015 Biennale in Seoul. So it's why we do this. It's important to have
these connections between people.
Yes, I think it's very important. How you can build international projects if we don't know each other, if we don't trust each other. It's like us, Mm-hmm. We know each other since 2003, I think, through a long time ago, through ELIA and ELIA European projects and everything. So we trust us. We know we are working hard, and
so in a way, the colleagues from Korea, they recognized the central of the problematic, that you are working with design to solve problems at the level of the citizens.
Yes, they do it also. They do it.
And they do the same.
Yeah, they do. But it was, they were doing many things at their level. So it was interesting for them to have this, a demonstration. What is going on in EU on this topic? And we decided to have this, to build, because it was not a project like a European project, but to build the Asian. So we launched a call mostly among the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. We know some colleagues who were also working on the topic, but we launched a call, and then some and Eriko and Kyunranche selected mostly the Asian, we had this conference in 2018, September 2018, in Seoul, an exhibition. And the mayor at that time decided they wrote a declaration about the Seoul Design Declaration about the human cities. What is a human city? Definition. It's a sustainable development. Human-centered. Blah blah blah. It's and they decided to launch a Human City Design Award. So this was the starting point of this award. I was very, very happy in a way to do it. And so I was in charge of, I'm part of the board steering committee, and I promote the award at the European level just to get some applications. So it was my task.
Can you tell us if the award is taking place every year, or is it once in 2 years? Or
so we started every year, but we started with 2019 and 2020. But 2020, was a little bit, challenging because of COVID pandemic situation. And finally, we did the award ceremony was postponed till March 2021. Mm-hmm. At the moment, we are waiting. we had a big debate, about. I think if it's every 2 years, it's good, because every year it's a little bit challenging. We also, after the first issue, we decided that it's better. We don't want to award projects. We want to award projects which are realized, not ideas. We want to. So because the first edition we had some. There are 10 finalists, only one award. And so we have a lot of discussion, because I would share the money, in a few. It's fine to have, different point of view, different culture, I understand they wanted to have a high level of award, like the Pritzker Prize was their, the Pritzker Prize is for the architects. It's the best prize in the world, so they wanted to. But I think it's yes, it's a big ambition, but as I'm more interested in social innovation, and sharing and everything. So I would like to share a little bit the money amongst 2 or 3 designers, and then or even have a small amount for everybody, for the 10 finalists, because it's 10 finalists.
The award is open to anybody around the world who has realized a project that already is addressing this concept of human design.
Yes. It's 5 years. In the last 5 years, not we did, because if you you
yes.
must
not like ever. But
no.
Yes.
No, but it was. For example, we had 90 applications for the 2020 award, and could you imagine it during the pandemic? Nobody was. It was not easy, because yes, maybe they have time to apply, but they were so stressed, by the, maybe by their situation, by like we were. But I think this is designers are like, artists and architects. They were very, very. It was very difficult for them, because if they have no projects going on, they have no financial and. Yes, it was no. So we had the 1990 applications and 10 finalists this year, and I think it was yes, we succeed in the because all the projects were realized. So it was not only on ideas. So it was, and we have big scales projects, big budget project, and small, small. But we have also a big debate about how is it? Are we organizing? Different areas. But finally, we had a lot of discussion at the steering committee about this. For finally, I think it's more interesting to have yes, to have explanation about which process, which every project is a product. In fact, every project is a product. But what was the process? What was the budget, for sure? But what was the impact? This is I think it's very important to know. And my dream for this would be to have a platform, because I think that it's a big chance to have this. All these applicants around the world, and to have a platform of case study. I think it would be very interesting for researchers to see, and also to demonstrate, to push the design policy transformation.
the value of design for the citizens. Yes, well, I agree with your dream. I think it is probably coming up. Thank you very much, Josyane, for this short talk today. What would you like to recommend, to suggest that we also include in the topics in the future about how Europe and the outer world see each other in facing the challenges of post-COVID?
Yes. I think that I hope that Europe will be strong because we need to be strong as Europe. Europe must be strong, stronger, I think, nowadays, because yes, the situation, post-COVID situation, maybe we didn't know what will happen if countries, big countries, will be more, looking internally, and so if we don't do it, we must work together more and more to highlight our competences and skills, and also to understand, to change. Yes, for sure, we need to keep the link with China. To how it's impossible now to cut everything, because yes, China is important, but we need also to because we understood that we need also to have our European productions,
yes,
and
local market,
local
producers.
So yes, so maybe I hope, it's my hope also, that the economist and industry, because in this playground, we are very small points. But anyway, culture and the culture development. Yes, I think yes, it was also the demonstration that culture was very important during that time, and we need. But anyway, it's always in the balance. But I'm still positive and dream for that human being will understand the best for him, for himself, for itself, and not only for earning money and not understanding the human being needs. Yes, it's I'm a European citizens forever. So I hope that we will look at each other and work together more and more. So I hope that European funds will also help us, like it's possible on different projects, because it's a wonderful way to push some program, and I hope that we can do it again.
Yes, thank you very much, Josyane. I hope.
And, congratulations for all the work you do, and my best wishes for you.
We'll do together. Thanks a lot. Merci beaucoup.
Bye.